I want to recognize, because if I don't, I'll get in trouble with my oldest son. Today is the 238th, or coming up November 10th, is the 238th birthday of the United States Marine Corps. So happy birthday to all the Marines on November 10th. Got to do it. I'm sorry to all the other services. My dad was in the South Pacific, as many of you know, and I served in the Army, but I will tell you, and I think Jackson said it the best, talk about a young man who wasn't real focused. I think he had 9 jobs over the summer, including selling steak knives, and I still have some in my basement if you're interested in buying steak knives. Our oldest boy just couldn't figure out what he wanted to do, and I said, well, whatever you do, don't join the service because they'll chew you up. You'll never survive in the Army. And like most parents, when you challenge your kids, what happens? Came home 2 days later and said, Army, I joined the Marines. Good luck. Of course, we went to Paris, Allen, and they all sang the Marine Corps hymn. And when it was over, he came over and said, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. Opened the car door for his mother, and she passed out. Said, what you doing, my son? Without any further ado, I want to introduce not just our congressman, but a very good friend, Charlie Dent, who represents an area that includes Indiantown Gap, a very important place, not just to me, but to all veterans. Charlie?
I really appreciate this opportunity to be with you here today. Thank you for your leadership in putting on a program like this for our veterans, and we certainly owe you a measureless debt of gratitude for your service to our country. As I scan around the room, I see a lot of folks here who probably may have served from Vietnam to the Korea to World War II and to the more recent wars that we've been engaged in, and I want to thank you. I often think of my late father, who died on Memorial Day in 2006. He was a Korean War era veteran, Navy, Reserve. He had asthma. They wouldn't let him go up. He wanted to go he wanted to go regular Navy, but they wouldn't let him because of his health. But he loved every moment of it, talked of it. And he had one of 8 kids, 4 brothers who served during the war, 3 of whom, 2 in the one in the Army Air Corps, 1 in the Coast Guard, the other a contractor for the whole war, flying cargo planes in the Pacific. And so they all came home, and I often think of them because they're all gone now. But as I look around this room, I just wanted to say thanks to all you. Thanks for this extraordinary service. Thanks especially to my good friend John Payne for putting on this wonderful program. And God bless America. Thank you.
I encourage everybody, not just on Veterans Day, but get out there and talk to people. I mean that. It's very important. So many of us do not talk about what we did. And while you're not bragging, you don't want to talk about it, trust me. Your family does. I want to hear about it. I mean, it's like Al. I worked with a man for 30 years, Dick Winters. I worked with him at Hershey. Had no clue till the book came out who Dick Winters was. My dad, South Pacific, didn't know till he passed away. When Sam DeAngelo said, did your dad ever tell you what he did in the South Pacific? No. Got malaria, almost died. Share those with your family at least while you're here. I can't tell you how I wish I had that opportunity to go sit down with my father and talk to him.
Aloha, my name is Gary Jackson, and I'm an interpretive park ranger here at the World War II Valor in the Pacific National Monument. This afternoon we're on board the USS Arizona Memorial. The names that are listed just fronting the memorial wall itself, dated from 1982 through 2010, are the names of survivors that were fortunate enough to make it off the ship on the attack on the Arizona on December 7, 1941. These survivors went on to serve their country, and upon leaving the military, spent their lives and had families like we would normally do. And of course, upon passing, they have requested to be re-entered into the ship allowing them to spend eternity with their shipmates that they left behind, serving still the Arizona to this day. Now, these individuals are first cremated, their ashes then placed in a very special watertight urn. For maximum privacy, we wait until the end of the workday, when the last tour has been completed. Only then do we reserve the Navy boat that brought us out here to bring the urn, family members, and a full honor guard here to the memorial. Once on the memorial, they'll set up and stage a detailed ceremony to honor that individual. Upon its completion, with taps played in the background, the urn is officially marched out to the lower dock. There it's turned over to our chief diver. The diver, upon accepting the urn, swims from the dock just beyond gun turret number 3 and continues to the 4th gun turret. It's this 4th gun turret, as you can probably imagine, that remains underwater 24/7. At the base of the number 4 gun turret is a 5.5-foot crevice. The individual will then slowly swim along this 5.5-foot area as they look for an opportunity to insert the entire urn, thereby returning them to their shipmates for all time. Out of the 33 internment services here aboard the USS Arizona Memorial, I've attended 2. Of those 2, I can say that they are very deep and profound. It's very much a military type ceremony honoring the individual, and it does bring tears to the eyes by the time it's completed.
We're going to close, as we always do, with the video from the 3rd graders at the elementary school.